What's going on, everybody? Wild Time here with another weekly mailbox clear out. Now we're going to look at what I sold on the auction house for gold this week and go through it. So as always, it's best to watch these videos all the way through because there's going to be a lot of tips and tricks as I go through the different characters and the different professions. But if you want to jump around, then I've left the timestamps down below so that you can skip around to some different professions. Now, doing that, you may shortchange yourself because, like, one week I may not do much on leatherworking, but I may do a lot on blacksmithing. One week I may do a lot on leatherworking, but nothing on blacksmithing. So skip around if you like, but, you know, watching all the way through is really where it's going to be at, where you're going to get the most value out of this. Specifically, tailoring, I did some pretty cool stuff with this week. I had some interesting sales also on some of my bank tunes. So let's get started here. This is all the auction house items that I've sold in the mailbox through different characters. Does not include things like mission tables or raw gold or anything like that. Those are going to be included in the overall profit for the week, but not in the clear outs, obviously, because you don't get that stuff in the mail. So let's start. We had starting last week, or ending last week rather, on this realm, 4,587,000 gold. Okay, so let's see what we got on Ham Sandwich. Ham Sandwich is my main, and I've been doing some Mythic Plus on him here, and you can see I'm at 2279, which is pretty good. So we're putting some time into that, not just all gold farming. Also, the gold farming on this guy, like Alchemy, it's taking a hit, right? Like, I mean, you're making a little bit of gold on these, but not a lot. Vial of the Sands, still kicking, making 10 gold off that if I can sell it. I've had one listed all week and haven't sold, which is sort of odd, but that's just the way it is. Inscription, we're making some decent things with Inscription, like these compendiums right here, but they don't sell very fast, but they do sell consistently. Soul Keeper, there's still gold to be made, just not as much, obviously, as at the start of the expansion, where these two are typically really, really good. Cooking has just taken a huge plunge. So, all right, that being said, let's take a look at what we have here. Oh, look at that. Got to get rid of some of these expired things. And while we're here, why don't we just go ahead and post those, actually. We're just going to post these the manual way here through the UI of Blizzard and not through TSM. And we're just going to go ahead. I think I don't want to do all those max. I just want to do a stack of 40. I want to keep some for when I run because it is tyrannical this week. Fell Reverie here. 620 gold profit if we sell it. So we'll do that. Vial of the Sands making 10k if it sells. So yeah, I'm going to post that as well. All right, so now, sorry about that. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get to what we sold. 20k almost, 19,441 gold on Ham Sandwich, and only 21 things sold, it looks like. So let's look and see. Vantage Rune, Castle Nathria, these are making gold because of the faded cycle, right? This week's Castle Nathria. So I made those. By the way, I ran some BOE mythic farms for Castle Nathria, and it took like an hour to get through 2 trash runs, and I didn't get anything. Some people in the group did, but I was like, this is not the way that I want to spend my time. It was a horrible experience. Maybe I wasn't part of a good group, I don't know, but that was not a fun way for me to to try to get gold. Potion of Phantom Fire did sell some of those. Endless Tincture of Renewed Combat. These, if you watch these videos, these are always selling. Make about 3,000 gold on each. So sell one of those, sold another one of those. So two of those this week. Potion of Spiritual Clarity. Just made some of those real quick. Jelly. Potion of Exorcism. So these here, these potions, I'll grab them when they're making, say, like 7 to 10 gold, and I'll make a few, and then I'll offload them. Because if not, like the potions right now with Alchemy, because of the combined auction house, they could make 15 gold 1 second, and then 20 minutes later drop down to making 3 gold. So it's pretty volatile right now. But anyway, 19k on Ham Sandwich. Let's open that and move on. All right, let's switch on to our next one. Okay, Deadly Wedgie. leatherworking, and skinning. There are still some skinning farms that are good. Some of them are just as good as they were before the merge, on my realm anyway. Some of them have gotten their butt kicked. So some of the ones that are still good, that I found out are Berean leather. We're still getting 540 out of that. The Savage leather is still selling pretty good. But some of the stuff that took a big hit is Fellhide. This used to go for like 300 gold. Now it goes for 58. But it is good if you're crafting with it, because then you get more profit from the craft. And then another one is the cleft hoof. The thick cleft hoof leather used to go for like 1 to 200. Now it goes for like 46. So still not a bad farm though. Yeah, so not horrible, but not as good as it once was. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and open this up. Only 6,800 gold. And this is just from some minor stuff, right? So if you look here, so these three right here, when I do the Berean leather farm that I do, I'd get Icy Dragon Scales, Berean leather, and Arctic fur, right? So if you look, I ran that a couple of times from here on up. So all this was just from that farm, and this takes about well, you can only run 10 in an hour because you do it in an instance. And so it takes me about 20 minutes, takes me about 2 minutes per run. But here I got a good price for these. The Berean leather was going for 6 gold each almost. So that was really good. And then the Arctic fur goes for like 127 or something like that. But sometimes if the Berean leather is cheaper, you can craft them into heavy Berean leather and then make gold that way. This is doing this is like it's a pretty quick way to get gold, right? It takes about 20 minutes to get probably about 3,000 to 5,000 gold depending. And that's quicker than, doing some other things like sometimes callings and stuff like that. Let's see. Warhide Mask of the Decimator, just a transmog. All this other stuff is just little things I picked up from the auction or from the mission table. Stonehide Leather. That's pretty much it. Desolate stuff. I haven't crafted any desolate stuff in a long time, like desolate leather, but these just sold off. Also, when we do the Berean leather farm, we get this frostweave cloth, which I send to my tailor and then turn it into something, usually just like bolts of frostweave cloth or something like that, to get extra gold. All right, let's open that up. Okay, moving on. Okay, Beard of War. Beard of War is blacksmithing and engineering. I've been doing really well with old world engineering and same with blacksmithing. I haven't really put a lot of time in this week though to do any crafting, but a lot of the level 87s, the novice gear that you can make, was historically selling pretty well. I just haven't been crafting any in a while. However, we do have 28,000 gold this week. So last week I had dropped like 80k into making a mount. Well, almost 80k into making some mounts, and they still haven't sold, unfortunately. It's the depleted Kyparium rocket. Actually cost me about 60 to make, and then sell it for like 80 to 100. Usually I sell one a week if I craft them, but the past couple weeks it has not sold, so I just keep relisting it. Let's look at some interesting things that we did sell though. The crafted Dreadful Gladiator's ornamented head cover, 3,500 gold. This thing cost me maybe 100 gold to make, so the Dreadful stuff is still good. Ceremonious Smasher, Mecha Bond Imprint Matrix. Now, if you guys watch me, you know that this is one of my favorite things to craft. Get the Bloods of Sargeras, you craft it, and at least on my realm, it goes for between like 15 and 20k. Let's pull it up real quick, actually. So the Mecha Bond, here it is right here. And right now, look at this. Right now, it's going for 24k. And it looks like it has a region market average of 14k. So this is going to be worth it for just about everybody, right? And it's got a 0.09 sell rate. It sells really quick. What it does is it allows hunters to track and tame mechanical pets. Okay, this comes from Legion. So yeah, I always craft that with my Bloods. It's a very good way to spend your Blood of Sargeras if you have engineering. Okay, let's get into here. Back again. Look at this Demon Steel breastplate of the Fever Flare. Now this stuff is kind of annoying because if you don't have the ranks for it, you do need bloods. So you have to take from your bloods that you're going to make with your other crafted items and put them towards this. But it's sold and probably made about 55,000 or 5,500 gold on that. Wormhole generators, these are always good. Make almost 2,000 gold on that. Scope of Doom, lost gold on this, but after the auction house, this thing just like dropped like crazy after the auction house merged, so I just offloaded it. I was waiting for the price to come up for profitable, but it didn't. So 28k on this guy here. Let's open it all. Oh, and I did manage to get a speed set, by the way, for this guy. So I was running dungeons to get Bloods of Sargeras, and I was super slow. So I did look into getting the Leaper legendary. So this 1500 honor. It took me. We played one battleground and we won, which is rare for Alliance. We won, and I was able to get this. And then I actually got this drop with speed on it. And then there's just some other stuff. So this isn't a full speed set, right? But it's definitely got me to a better place than I was. So I'm at 186 run speed when I come out of my heroic leap, and I get 3 heroic leaps. So that's pretty crazy. That on top of the fried bonefish, that's going to be enough to like almost double my time through dungeons. So that's pretty cool. Let's check out another character. Okay, Deadly Korra. This is Tailoring and Enchanting. Now, I've got a pretty cool thing for Enchanting here. I shared it last week, and it happened again, which is awesome. Yeah, so it's, I haven't done a lot, but I've done a few things over and over. So let's look at that. 58k. Now, before we think that's so amazing, I did put a lot of money into Penumbra Thread right here. This stuff is selling so quick. I actually made a video about it. You can buy it if you have the rep or a goblin required to get it for 880, and a lot of times you can sell it for like 950. So 8 gold, 80 silver, sell it for 9 gold, 50 silver. Now, if you have to do that more than twice, you're actually losing gold. So you do it once, right? So like I just put up 800, and this is about 800 gold profit, right? Probably more like 700 gold profit, but it sold like as soon as I put it up. Same thing down here, put 600 up, sold 600, make about 500, 600 gold really quick, super easy. However, if that expires and you have to relist it, then the listing cost is sort of eating into your profit. So it might be better just to craft with it at that point. You can make bags or whatever. Deep sea bags, I sold a ton of these. 13,300 gold worth actually. You can see they're going for 156 down here and then 183 up here. So they are selling pretty well. They're 30 slot bags from BFA. And Enchant Ring, this is the one that I really think is cool right here. This Tome of Illusion, Secrets of the Shadow Pan. So I sold one last week and I sold one this week, and I'm making about 8,000 gold on them. You have to get these from the Shadowpan Garrison, and you have to have the, I think you have to be, it's either Revered or Exalted. So you need Shadowpan Rep to buy this, but you only need to be like level 1 Enchanting. So if you don't have any tomes on Enchanting, that's the way to go. And right there it is, 8,000 gold, pretty sweet. So let's open all that. And I'm actually interested to see on this character specifically how much gold I made just on this one Toon. So we'll check that out too. Man. Also been making these flying carpets. These used to go for like 800 or 900. Now they're going for 200, but still making 135 gold on them when they sell. And the price on all this enchanting stuff just plummeted. It all dropped. Okay. There's that. Let's see how much we made selling bags and thread and one tome this week. So started at 445 and ending at 472. So that's what's 72 minus 45? I don't know, that seems hard. A little bit under 30K, right? So you got 5, this is into 450, 22, so like 27K. Does that sound right? That sounds right. That's pretty good, right? 445,000, 472,000. Yeah, about 27K just from bags, penumbra thread, and 1 tome. So that's awesome. All right, let's check out my bank toon and see what we made for the week on this realm. Okay, bank sandwich, my bank toon. Let's see what we got. 32K. Now, before we get excited, that's not all profit, and let me explain why. So let's look at a few of these things here. Barnacled hermit crab. These are a good buy. I'll buy these. I think these are 50 polished pet charms. And, you get polished pet charms from your mission table, from World Quest. It's a really quick way to turn a little effort into big gold. Little Transmog, another crafted gladiator scale helm. Muck breath. So this came from the Burning Crusade time walking where you could buy the fishing treasures. Now, the last pet that I sold, I think was Snarly. I sold for 9K. This one went for a lot lower, but I still have several more. Still not a bad price. Dreadful Gladiator stuff here. Okay, Sulfuron Hammer, 23,750 gold. Now that sounds awesome, except for it cost me about 20,000 gold to make, and I've literally had this listed for almost 4 months. No lie, I've been relisting this Sulfuron Hammer for 4 months, 20,000 gold tied up, and ended up profiting about 2,000 gold. So Sulfuron Hammer is the one that looks like the Ragnarok, right? Used to be a big seller, not anymore, evidently. Not worth it, in my opinion. So let's open that, and let's get a total. All right, so we started here with, we want to get all these guys. So select all. Okay. So we started here with 4,587,000. We are now at 4,674,000. So 4,674,000. I'm not trying to impress anybody with my excellent math skills. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put this in here. 4,674,000 minus 4,587,000. And that equals 87,000 gold. So not excellent, but definitely doable. Here we've got some down dips where I must have spent something, right? Because this comes into like, what is this, Sunday? September 11th was Sunday. So I spent some gold doing something. So I spent like 50-something thousand gold. Couldn't tell you what it was on. Don't remember. But 4,587,000 up to 4,674,000. So that's what we got for the week on this realm. 87,000K. Now remember, before you think, oh, that's not that impressive, you could do that in an hour farming. I've had people tell me that. I have not found anything where I'm making 87,000 gold in an hour farming, unless, if you get a BOE or something like that. But how I make gold is right now I'm running Mythic Plus and then making gold sort of on the side, crafting different things, trying different things out. Yeah, so you could take some of the information that you find in these videos. So say you find something that you're like, oh man, he made good gold on that. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that more. Right? Because all of these things that I do to make gold, I can always do them more, right? But when you do that, you have to put aside other things. Like for me, I would have to not run Mythic Plus for a couple hours on a day, and I would have to make gold. And then obviously you'd make more gold. But it depends on what your goal is, right? So that's where we're at for me though this week. So all the way up here. All right, let's check out our other realm. Okay, realm number 2, and by the way, I don't play on 2 realms for any sort of fancy gold making reason. I just had played on 1 realm and then moved some characters over to another realm and just haven't moved them all over. But I kept these here because some of the things like the armor and the stuff that's like non-commodity, like jewels, like I'm not not gems, jewelry, right? Like necklaces and rings and stuff like that. I'm going to show you here. The price is still higher on on this realm. So I did keep some here for that reason. But let's look at what we ended last week with 1,531 gold. Let's start here with Captain Fantastic to see what we made. Mining and jewel crafting, I can tell you in like 3 weeks, this guy has not left Bastion. He's just right here crafting a few things, and that's it. So let's see what we got. Shadow Gas Necklace. All right, so this is actually, the legendary market is still pretty much selling. I'm selling a couple a week. So you can see this week I've sold 3. Now the price started off this week at 34,000 gold for a 291 necklace. Then it went down to 15, and then it went down to 20. So still making good gold. I'm making 5,000 or 6,000 on these and like 10,000 on this. So that's pretty daggone good. Those are still working out. And let's see, Straddling Sage, Agate, still selling these, not for 3,000 a piece, but for like in the mid 3s. I got a little scheme, you know, not really a scheme, but mass milling, osmanite, and then you get the Sage Agate and you get the Leviathan's Eye, so you can make these right here. This loses gold right now, but you can make these or the agility ones or the intellect ones, and you can also make the Straddling Sage Agates, and you end up like doubling your money. It's pretty good. An Oxyan necklace here. This is probably 233 or 261. Same thing here. Shadow Gas necklace, and this is just some stuff that Dark Opal, Lava Lazuli. This is stuff that you get from crafting Osmanite as well. Sand Spindle, same thing. Sinvir necklace, probably a 233 or 261. Another Shadow Gas, another Sinvir. Okay, 61K on this. Let's open this. Let's get this over here where we can see it a little bit better, I guess. All right, let's open this, and then let's see how much we made specifically on Captain Fantastic here. Because like I said, all I'm doing is just coming on here to sort of craft and list. Deselect. We want to find Captain Fantastic. So he started at 561 and ended up at 598. That's pretty good. That's what, 37,000 gold on this guy? I mean, very minimal effort. I'll take that all day. Heck yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay, Deadly Bones. He is a leatherworking skinner as well. So this is why it's good to have alts. I've not done anything on this guy, hardly, besides run the mission table and relist old stuff. That's sort of the theme now towards the end of the expansion. But this is why I'm not getting rid of leatherworking on this guy. So for a rogue, I think skinning is probably not like the best because you're not very durable. But maybe good for like old content and stuff like that. However, leatherworking is something that I've kept on him. And I'll show you why. I have some old recipes that I don't want to get rid of. They're not that hard to get. It's just a little time consuming. But, I mean, I've already got them on one guy. So, let's look and see what we got. 21K. This is the item that I'm talking about specifically here. The Warbear Woolies. 19,855 gold. Now, if you look, let's look at the profit that we got on this thing, right? Let's move this over here so we can see it. Warbear Woolies. Look at this. Almost 19,000 gold. And they cost me 1,300 gold to make. So that's pretty good. Making like 18K on that. So it's good to have one of those listed at all times. This one took about 2 weeks to sell. Sometimes it'll take longer, sometimes it'll take less. But awesome right there. Open that up, add that to the pot, and move on. All right, Shroom and Boom. Professions don't really matter because I'm not doing anything with the professions right now. These just been parked here. I was doing some old school dungeon runs a few months ago, like for Transmog and stuff like that. And so I'm just selling that stuff off, some auction house flipping and running mission tables. But let's check and see. Looks like we have a few expired things here. Let's go ahead and pull those out. 20K. Not bad for just continually relisting stuff. And some of the stuff I've just had forever, I just relist it whenever it expires on 24-hour basis. It gets sort of daunting, actually. So let's look at some of the bigger stuff. Royal Gown of the Fire Flash. That's just a little Transmog. Wrangler's Cloak, Transmog. Brigade Pauldrons, Transmog 608. Glorious Sabatons of the Fire Flash. This is from the Glorious set. I've probably had these listed for months, but finally sold them for 9,300 gold. Bone Shatter Greaves. Bought these for 5 gold, resold them for 400. Coin of Many Faces. That is this over here. It's a toy, and I forget what event. It's a yearly event that you have to farm these in. I forget what it is. Oh, here it is. Hollow's End, it looks like. So it looks like maybe that's coming up soon, it sounds like. I'm not sure when Hollow's End is, but it sounds like something that's going to be coming up around like October or Thanksgiving or something, right? Okay, right here. October 18th begins. So yeah, when that comes out, definitely be doing a video on that. You basically get on this island and just kill all these little, I think they're skeletons, and then you loot these. I probably looted like 40 or 50 of them. I just sell them throughout the year because they're lower priced when you get it. But now, we're selling for like 8K, which is nice. Boulder Fist Greaves, just as some little Transmog there. And 20K. So let's open that up and let's move on. All right, Turkey Club. Still not level 60, although I could be really soon. Pretty close, and I've got a bunch of rested XP. A couple dungeons would knock that out, but typically I just park this guy in Shadow Moon Valley, and do some rare hunting. I don't know. I guess I can get him to 60 and start a mission table. We'll see. Anyway, blacksmithing, just so I had something on him. Did sell a couple things, a bunch of lacerite ore, shadow steel arm guards, ceremonious sabatons. And the reason I'm showing you these is because on this realm, I'm making like 850 gold or something on each of these, and they're just novice gear. So it's crazy how the different realms sell for different amounts. Like, look at this ceremonious blade, making 600 gold on it, right? The way that these sell, making 1,000 gold on this when they sell 50 gold to craft, and it's listed for 1,200. That's insane. And they are selling for that. Ceremonious Pauldrons, level 87, 50 gold to make, 1,200. So they're not flying off the shelf, obviously, because I haven't sold a bunch of them. But not too bad. 5,000 gold. Let's open it. And now let's head on and see the total for this realm and the total for the week. All right, Chubby Butter. Bank Toon. Nothing. A little whatever this was, probably a transmog from somewhere, and some transmogs that sold for 5 gold each. I've got a bunch of these that I picked up from farming the rares in Tanan Jungle, selling for 10K, but I haven't sold any this week. So let's go ahead and actually get those posted before we go over our total here. And let's go ahead and post this as well. 99, that's not what I want. This is a what, 225, so we need to find the 225s, and yeah, some for 100 gold. I paid 5 for it, so we'll see if it sells. Okay, let's check out and see for the week. Let's select all here in TSM, and we are ending at 1,600,000 gold. 1,600,000 gold. And we started at 1,537,000. Now, I'm not a math whiz, but that looks like about 63,000. Oh, excuse me. That looks like 63,000 gold altogether. Right? Anybody want to double check me on that? 1,531,000. Yeah. Math is hard. So 1,531,000. So that's 69K. Right? Because you got 600 minus 31, yeah, 69,000. So 69K on this this realm here. So if we take the, let's clear this out. 69,123 plus 87,123, 156,000 gold for the week. So again, like I said, this is just a little bits on multiple characters. You can take the information that I share with you on how I made the gold, multiply that, and you can really make a lot. So yeah, I mean that's just what it is, right? I'm thinking about though doing where I just take like 2 professions on one character and see how much gold I can make during the week. Because I bet you I could probably make about this much or more just on one character, but may not be as fun. Maybe less time consuming. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for the week. So thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody that subscribed, that follows, that comments. Make sure to join the Discord down below to join the WoW conversation outside of the game. And let me know how you're making gold, right? How are you all making gold? What are your plans going into Dragonflight? All that kind of stuff. So I appreciate the time that it took for you to watch this, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much. Yeah, remember, it's just a game. Enjoy it. Take it easy. And until next time, I'll catch you all later.